Hello Pisces, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a Four of Pentacles. Very nice. This is a lot of stability. I think this is a focus on foundation, very grounded, very much into practical things, taking positive, proactive steps to solidify our lives right now, to really create a stability. And I think that's very good energy. We're going to put this into some context. Oh, and a Two of Cups. Interesting. To me, this is the idea that once we get our basic needs met, right, now we can open ourselves up to these higher aspirations. Maybe love, maybe romance, maybe creativity, maybe our spiritual lives can really take center stage here now that we've got this foundation in place of our lives, right? This could be a financial stability that is now offering you the chance to pursue some kind of higher creative aspirations, right? Oh dear, 10 of Pentacles too. And an Ace of Wands. Yeah, this is very nice. A Four of Wands. And we've got the Prince of Pentacles, the Builder. We've got the Sun card. I do feel like there's a younger male energy close to you. Maybe somebody that has passed, okay? But I feel like they're kind of a strong presence in your life. They're a strong kind of inspiration to you, or like a kind of a motivating energy for you. There's the Hanged Man. See, now the Hanged Man too is kind of giving me this idea that you are you're trying to put your spiritual life, your creative life into the forefront, right? That you're trying to focus now not so much on the physical life, but you're trying to kind of you're trying to stabilize your physical life in order to pursue these higher aspirations, okay? Let's select the mystery card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're just going to set it down right over here. We'll put Tiny Bob Ross right on top. Happy little Bob. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, right? But it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you have a hunch about that card, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments, all right? Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition, okay? All right, let's take a look again, because I noticed for major arcana we've got the Sun, the Lovers, and the Hanged Man. Very interesting what we have here. I do feel like there's still that younger male energy in your life. Maybe there's an R name, first or last initial, someone very close to you, someone I think that is kind of an inspiration or a motivation for you, somebody that you're kind of doing a lot of this work for, right? There's this kind of there's this sacrificing of yourself, this kind of a selfless energy that I feel with you right now. Okay, so we've got these major arcanas. We've got some fire. We've got a little bit of water. Now, the water is right on top of things. The water is kind of the lotus growing out of the mud of the Four of Pentacles. I kind of feel as if the water is what we're starting to focus on, right? We've got the fire. We've got the earth. We don't have any air, right? We don't have any kind of, we don't have any doubts. We don't have any issues with communication. In fact, we've got the Gemini energy, the Lover's card, in the position of your environment. in the position of your relationships. So I feel like this is a big opportunity for you. This moving into this new year, I think is really going to see you focusing on strengthening your relationships, right? And maybe with this younger male energy, but really, I think focusing on all of your relationships, romantic, platonic, family, friends, coworker relationships, just generally trying to focus on the quality of your relationships, right, rather than quantity. Strengthening the relationships you have, forming deep bonds with people, yeah. And I think that's really, that's echoed here in this Two of Cups too. This card's all about love. It doesn't have to be romantic love. For some of you, it is. For some of you, there's this, the inspiration now, or maybe the opportunity that's growing out of some of this physical stability. The stability of your financial life, maybe this is for some of you the stability of your health. I think some health issues are being overcome. I'm not a medical doctor, I can't diagnose, but I do see that there is a stabilizing of some of this vital energy, okay? That some of this fire energy from the Ace of Wands is permeating your physical body and stabilizing something that's going on with you physically, okay? It could be something related to the heart or the chest area. But I feel like that kind of getting a clean bill of health is allowing you now all of this. It's kind of opening up the opportunities of life again, right? And I think for some of you, this is going to be mostly a financial thing, that the stability of the financial situation, in some way it's the earth energy, right, that's stabilizing, is giving you the opportunity to pursue these higher connections. This could be a spiritual thing, could be a romantic thing. It could be you really now pursuing your purpose, your destiny, finding your true love, finding your soul's real desire, right? And it could be in the form of a person for a romantic relationship, but it could be in terms of a creative expression, a kind of a meaning of life, right? That we're able to contemplate these things again now that we have this earth energy stabilized. Yeah. So the Four of Pentacles is that stabilizing of that earth energy. It could be the getting the clean bill of health. It could be resolving some of these financial issues. It could really be like, wrapping up 2023, the fiscal year is ending, and now it's kind of like now the prospects are endless for the new year. Yeah. But I think the new year is showing you focusing on these higher connections, that the stabilizing of the business or the health or the financial situation is allowing you to put less attention on it, right? Or spend less time. So we see that here with the fire energy. I feel like you're going to be able to spend less time worrying about the physical stuff and more time pursuing these higher aspirations, which are contributing to the physical stuff anyway, right? One thing feeds into the other. So it's not like you're ignoring the financial or the health or the business or whatever to focus on your love life or your creative life. But see, we see a blending of those here because one does lean into the other. This is the Prince of Pentacles. This is the builder. So by focusing now on these creative prospects, your love life, your higher aspirations, this focus is going to have ripple effects down into your physical, financial life anyway, right? So they're really tied together. And we see underneath everything, this 10 of Pentacles, this is wealth. And this, I think, is what you consider to be your best life. If you had to draw a picture of your very best life, what would you draw? Maybe a top 10. Maybe like me, you can't draw. Do a top 10 list. What would be on that list, right? Good health, yeah. Financial stability, financial freedom, yeah. What else? Intimate relationships, right? Creative outlets, a spiritual connection, right? Spiritual experience. And I think that this is really, this is why you now are, I think, very excited to be focusing on this. I think that this is really bringing you into, it brings you into this sun energy, really, this sense of being whole, this sense of being complete, And it's the way that the fire and the earth, the vitality that we have put into our physical existence is now allowing this wonderful water energy to grow from it. And this is helping you to realize your very best life. See, I think that this Ten of Pentacles down here is really you know what your ideal life looks like. And you know that it's not just the physical stuff. It's not just health, finances, money, stability, It's a lot of those higher aspirations. Real happiness. What does that mean to you? What kind of things do you value? And I think now we're able to get started really doing the work to manifest this, right? Because we've got this connection now. And now we're able to see without the water energy. Now we've got fire and earth, which is very, I talk about fire and earth all the time. It's a very good combination of energy. But without the love, without the spirit, without the connection, without the meaning and purpose, this Ten of Pentacles is just hollow shells. It's empty seashells on the beach, right? You're putting life into it, right? And that life really is part of this this vitality, this Ace of Wands that we see in the past thing here. This is, to me, this is a real focus now. I think that for this last year, I think 2023, you really kind of had nose to the grindstone, worrying about your financial situation, your physical health. I think you really focused on that. I think that you put all of your attention on that for good reason. I think it's paying off. I think that you're able to see with this Four of Wands up here, is that you're able to meet a lot of your goals. I think for this past year, 2023, I think you had a lot of goals. Let me rephrase that. Maybe not a lot of goals, but a few very big ones, right? That took a lot of your attention. Again, with the Ace of Wands, you had all of your energy focused on getting things done. I think you really had stuff that you needed to get done in this past year. And here is that Four of Wands. I think you got it done. I think maybe last year around this time you said 2023, this is the year I'm gonna get these. Maybe you had health goals, you had financial goals, and you said I'm gonna do it, And I think you did. And I think now that you did, now it's kind of opening up this possibility of higher aspirations, right? Of more love, more meaning, more purpose. Now it's kind of like we've got this really solid foundation from which we can pursue whatever this turns out to be. This is only a Two of Cups. This isn't a Nine or a Ten of Cups. There's no details here yet, right? So this, to me, is still kind of a potential, right? It's now us out here pursuing this true love, this meaning, this destiny, this purpose, whether it's through romance or creativity or spirituality or all of the above, right? So this is really, really wonderful, wonderful energy. And I see that this is the year that you really start building upon this Two of Cups and manifesting more of your best life, right? Now we're going to switch over to the path of the serpent here. As we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from, okay? I appreciate all of you. So we've got the Sun card here. This is pretty wonderful. I still think that there's a younger male energy. I still think was something to do with the heart or maybe the circulatory system, and something to do with an R name. Now, sometimes these details come through to me as a way of just confirming that we're kind of zeroing in on the right energy with the reading. Okay, but the Sun card to me is really this attitude that you have, this kind of clarity, where you can see now. All aspects of your life. Nothing is kind of in the shadows anymore. And I think last year you were very much kind of tunnel vision. You were focused on this health, this financial thing, the physical components of life really needed your attention, right? And that was just one beam of light from this sun. But now I think you are connecting with these higher aspirations, which is going to give you a greater sense of self, right? A greater sense of of the spirit in your life, of God, goddess, deity, of your own true self, right? And I think that this is a great many interests, a great many rays of sunshine radiating, emanating from you. And I think that you have a lot of interests. I think that in some ways it's going to be a challenge for you to narrow down some of this aspiration. And there's really, it's not even to say that there's a need to do that. But I think you're going to, at some point in the future, feel as if there's a lack of focus. Now, I don't want you to worry about that, because I feel like your life is going to be permeated by this love and by this light that it's almost, it's just kind of surrounds you. And it's almost, you feel that there's this need to narrow things. It's almost like you need to have the tunnel vision, right? To feel like you're really kind of goal-oriented, that you're focused on results, that you have a list of goals and you're trying to kind of check them off your list. You know what I mean? But this isn't so much an energy of checking things off your list, right? It's not just a series of tasks or goals that we're trying to complete. This is the experience of it, right? It's, like your spirituality is not just about saying the prayers. It's about feeling. It doesn't matter if you even get through the whole prayer. It's the feeling. It's the being in the presence, right? It's feeling the light and the love around you, cultivating that, whether or not you remember the words or not, right? It's not about the words. So it's not so much about checking things off your list, but about opening yourself up to this more unified spiritual experience, to this light and love that I think is really, and I think a lot of that is coming by way of your relationships. This is the Lover's card. And this is in the position of your relationships. It's in the position of the environment. So I think that this year is really, it's again, and these aren't just goals to check off our list. We say, oh, okay, well, I formed a new relationship today. Check that off my list. Oh, okay, I've got a relationship now, or I called my mom or whatever, and check that off my list. No, it's about strengthening those relationships. It's about the experience of it, not just as another task that we have to get done, So again, it's kind of not about the quantity, but about the quality of those relationships. I think for some of you, this is definitely an indication that there's new romance coming for you in 2024. And I think that for a lot of you, this is, you're kind of giving yourself permission now to find the love of your life. Yeah. And I think with the stabilizing of this physical stuff, whether it's health or finances, I think with this stuff kind of, being taken care of. Again, it's not, we didn't check it off our list. It's going to need constant maintenance, but to have this stabilized, it's like you're now giving yourself permission to find these more lofty experiences, these more, life-enriching experiences. And for some of you, it definitely is a romance, okay? But I think for all of us, it is the strengthening and the focusing on the intimacy in our lives, okay? Whether it's friends, family, and even just strengthening the bonds that we have with ourselves, with our spirit, with the universe, yeah? Whatever you believe in, right? That higher power. But what we see, you have to pardon my voice. I've been doing a lot of talking lately. The Five of Pentacles here in the position of the obstacle. And this is what I mean when I say that this stability that we've achieved, this health, this financial stability, it's not just a one and done. We don't just check it off our list and then we forget about it. No, it's going to need maintenance, because there will always be more challenges. We live in a manifested world. We live in the world of contending forces. There's always up and down, light and dark. good and bad, positive, negative, push and pull. There's always ups and downs, right? So the Five of Pentacles is saying that, look, there's always going to be worries. There's always going to be a little bit something more we could do for our health. There's always going to be a little bit something more we could do for our finances. Maybe there's always going to be that unexpected bill. There's always going to be that the need for us to focus on our health, right? To go to the doctor routinely, and the doctor's going to tell us, well, your cholesterol's high, or you got to exercise more, or whatever it is. So we have to maintain this. At the same time, allowing ourselves to cultivate and really blossom into this higher aspiration. Because this is what is adding to your Ten of Pentacles, adding to your best life. This is what's bringing you the increase of happiness, right? So we don't get rid of the Five of Pentacles. This is always going to be in our life. Anytime we have a Four of Pentacles, even if this card's not on the table, we can assume that the Five of Pentacles is right there with it. The Four and the Five, always together. There's always going to be stability, but then there's going to be something new to alter that, right? And part of this Sun card here is us recognizing that and being okay with that. Not letting this simple fact that our Four is only a temporary stability. This kind of safety, security, and stability is an illusion. Right? Just like the Four of Wands is an illusion. We've checked things off our list. 2023, we had goals, we accomplished them. Well, there's still more to do. That's not, we don't just throw away the checklist and think that we've solved all the problems. There's always going to be more to do. Okay? But we don't want that to be so disruptive or so shocking or so unexpected that it takes away from this kind of Two of Cups, this Lovers, this Hanged Man stuff that we're talking about. Right? We're always going to need to do the maintenance on our physical world. Okay? Health, finances, that sort of thing. It's always going to need a tune-up, right? It is always going to need our attention. Now, what we have at the end here is this Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man could really be a couple of different things here. I worried at the beginning that the Hanged Man was us seeing the opportunity for this love, the opportunity to manifest this water, but then choosing not to because we need to kind of stay in maintenance mode for our physical existence, right? And so this is kind of like a self-denial. We're kind of saying, no, this isn't meant for me. This isn't something that I really have time to focus on because look, we've got fire and earth. We're busy manifesting in our physical world, but sometimes we forget about those higher goals, those higher aspirations, our love, our romance, our creativity, our spiritual existence. Okay? So what we have here with the Hanged Man, I think that this card is representing the need for you to focus on your spiritual life. Yeah. I think that's absolutely what this card is saying to you right now. I think you may have a connection with some sort of large body of water. If you live by the ocean, or you have some kind of, I almost feel like you had some sort of an incident with a boat when you were a kid or something, or you were, I don't know if your family had a boat, or if you spent a lot of time on the water or something like that. This is just one of those details that sometimes pops into my head as a confirmation that we're looking at the right energy here, But I think that this is a card that says stop sacrificing these essential parts of yourself for this work that you do, for this earth work that you do. We still have to maintain this. It's still very important to do this manifesting, this fire to earth, right? But this is, this is the cross of the elements. From that has to grow the rose of spirituality, right? This is just this is empty without the love, without the spiritual experience. It doesn't have to be romantic love, right? But I think this card is talking about the denial of love, the rejecting of it, almost in the sense that we don't deserve it, we don't have time for it, there's no place for it in my life, I don't want to go down that road, I'm busy on this, and, I'm busy building my world here. This is an essential part of that world. And I think in this new year, we're really turning this card around now. This is a triumph. This is us accepting and embracing all of this love into our lives. Right? Again, romantic, platonic, spiritual, all of it. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card now. We'll leave this card, I like to say right side up there for a few minutes as we check on this mystery card. Now I'm losing my voice again. Okay. I think maybe what we should see here is like the unfolding of the water energy. We take that 2 of Cups, let's expand it. Let's make it a 6. Let's get a 9 or a 10, right? Let's fill in some of the details, right? Let's start to see kind of have these dreams, visions. Start to use your imagination and what does it look like to you? Having all this love in your life, what does it mean? Is it a big family? Is it just spending a lot of time with your loved ones? Is it being creative? Is it, implementing a new kind of spiritual practice? Is it you carving out time in your day to really be with Spirit? To not really do anything, right? Other than be immersed in the love of your spiritual life. Yeah. So I want to see a 9 or a 10 of Cups. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments, okay? We got an 8 of Wands. Swiftness. This I think is a good confirmation. It's not really what I was expecting. We got more of this fire energy. There's more of this sense of urgency, more a sense of rushing around, This to me is feeling like, well, we've got a million things to do. We got to start checking things off our list. Very different than the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is saying, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to just be here and immerse myself in this water, immerse myself in this love, in this feeling, in this spirituality. But we have this sense of rushing around, right? We have this sense of, I got so much to do. Where do I even start? And I think that this might be the big obstacle for you, is to learn how to slow down a little bit. We made it to 2024. Right? This reading is taking place after the New Year's. It's New Year's a couple days after, right? We've made it. So let's slow down. We don't have to, not everything has to be a rush right now. Yeah. I think that you've got a lot of irons in the fire. I think there are a lot of things you want to do this year. You've got a lot of goals. You've got probably a really big checklist, and that's good. I think we need to have goals. We need to have something to work toward. But we need to make sure we carve out time in our day, in our week, or whatever, in our year, to feel the Spirit, to feel the love, yeah? To feel the happiness, of what you're doing, what you're accomplishing. Allow yourself to enjoy it, So I think this card is confirming that, at least from my end, that you've got a lot of things on your plate, a lot of irons in the fire, and you have a difficult time, I think, slowing down. Yeah, difficult time slowing down. Not every moment has to be you checking something off your kind of earthly checklist. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around for that, click on the link either up in the corner or down below in the video description. New readings for Pisces every Monday and Thursday, but I'm here every day, so just come on back, see me again tomorrow, okay? If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything, all right? And leave a comment for me. Let me know how you're doing. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.